a fungus that hijacks brains and turns victims into zombies, controlling their actions without violence or awareness. It's not science fiction, even though it sounds like something imagined for a horror movie or dystopian future. It's real, documented by scientists, filmed in nature, and studied in laboratories around the world. And it's been doing this for millions of years, long before humans ever existed to witness it. For most of Earth's history, this process unfolded without an audience. No observers, no cameras, and no one to record what was happening. Just evolution refining a system that worked with terrifying consistency. Long before humans told stories about zombies, nature had already written its own disturbing version. Before movies, video games, or television imagined mind control, biology perfected it silently. This story does not begin in a laboratory, a hospital, or a modern city. It begins deep inside Earth's oldest tropical forests, where evolution never stopped experimenting. These forests are among the most complex ecosystems on the planet. Every organism competes, adapts, and survives under constant pressure. And within this competition, some strategies become more extreme than others. In these forests, an invisible war has been unfolding in silence for millions of years. There are no screams, no blood, and no dramatic warning signs to alert the victims. Just quiet precision, chemical signals, and absolute biological domination. And most of it happens completely unnoticed by humans passing nearby. Entire life cycles rise and collapse without ever being seen. Predators hunt, parasites spread, and hosts disappear without a trace. Cordyceps thrives in this silence. If you're fascinated by real science that sounds like horror, true stories that feel impossible but are 100% real, then subscribe now, because this channel uncovers the darkest, strangest, and most unbelievable realities hiding in nature and history. In these forests, ants suddenly climb trees for no obvious reason at all. They abandon their colonies, ignoring food, safety, and the instincts that once protected them. They lock their jaws onto leaves as if commanded by an unseen force. And then, slowly and inevitably, they die where they hang. To an outside observer, the behavior looks irrational, but every movement serves a precise biological purpose. Nothing about this process is accidental. But death is not the end of the story, not even close, because something else is already inside them, still growing and very much alive. Something that planned this outcome long before the ant ever felt sick. Something that now takes full control of what remains. What appears to be an ending is actually a transition. The ant's body becomes an environment rather than an organism, and the fungus continues its work. This is the real-life story of Cordyceps, a parasitic fungus found across the planet. A fungus so efficient and specialized that scientists still struggle to fully explain it. An organism so unsettling it feels like horror fiction brought to life. Except this time, there is no fiction involved at all. Every stage of its life cycle has been observed and recorded. Every behavior has a biological explanation. And yet, it remains deeply unsettling to witness. If you've seen The Last of Us, the idea may feel disturbingly familiar. A fungus infects a host and slowly takes over its behavior and movement. The body becomes a vehicle, no longer its own, driven by something else. And the infection spreads with ruthless, unstoppable efficiency. The resemblance is not coincidence. Reality provided the blueprint. What most people don't realize is that this concept wasn't invented by writers. Cordyceps already existed long before humans could imagine such a nightmare. Cordyceps is not a single fungus, but an entire genus of parasites. Scientists have identified more than 400 known species so far. Each species targets specific hosts, with frightening biological specialization. The most infamous species is called Cordyceps unilateralis, studied worldwide. It was formally described in 1865 by British naturalists during early biological exploration. This discovery occurred during a golden age of science and classification, the same era that reshaped humanity's understanding of evolution itself. This fungus primarily targets carpenter ants living in tropical environments. It has been documented in Brazil, Thailand, and across Southeast Asia. These regions provide the humidity, temperature, and ecosystems it needs. And once conditions are perfect, the infection begins silently. The ant never senses the danger. There is no alarm response. The invasion happens at a microscopic level. The process starts with a single microscopic spore floating through the air. Invisible to the naked eye, light enough to drift on a forest breeze. When it lands on an ant, nothing seems to happen at first. There is no pain, no struggle, and no immediate sign of danger. The spore penetrates the ant's exoskeleton and enters the body unnoticed. Once inside, Cordyceps does something truly extraordinary and unsettling. It does not destroy the brain or kill the host immediately. Instead, it takes control while keeping the ant alive. This allows the fungus to guide behavior over time. A dead host would be useless. A living one can be controlled. Researchers at Penn State University confirmed this process in 2017. The fungus builds networks around muscle tissue rather than invading the brain. Chemical signals override movement while awareness remains intact. The ant is alive, aware, but no longer in control of itself. The brain becomes a passenger. The muscles follow different instructions. The result is total compliance. At a precise moment, the ant leaves its colony forever. It climbs vegetation to a very specific height above the forest floor. Scientists measured this height at roughly 25 centimeters. The location provides ideal temperature and humidity for fungal growth. Even the time of day is controlled. Most ants bite down around solar noon. Conditions must be perfect. Then the ant performs what scientists chillingly call the death grip. It bites into the underside of a leaf vein with maximum force. The jaw muscles lock permanently, even after the ant dies. Hours later, the ant's life ends completely. The position prevents the body from falling. It secures the fungus in place. The final act is mechanical precision. Days after death, the fungus grows a stalk from the ant's head. This structure matures slowly, feeding on the host's remains. Eventually, it releases thousands of new spores into the air. They rain down onto the forest floor below. These spores fall directly onto other unsuspecting ants passing underneath. The cycle begins again without mercy or hesitation. This behavior is known as an extended phenotype in biology, one organism's genes controlling another organism's body. In simple terms, the ant becomes part of the fungus, a living tool designed solely for reproduction and survival. Studies published in major scientific journals confirm this precision. This is not randomness or accident, but evolutionary design. Every step increases the chances of success. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is unnecessary. Harvard researchers documented behavioral differences by fungal strain. Each variation executes its own biological strategy with accuracy. Naturally, the question arises, could this ever infect humans? The answer from scientists is clear and consistent worldwide. Cordyceps does not infect humans, according to all current evidence. Human body temperature and immune systems prevent such infections. Our biology makes it impossible with known species. But evolution does not stop experimenting. Cordyceps species already infect insects, spiders, moths, and beetles. Adaptation is nature's most powerful tool, operating without intention. Some Cordyceps species are used in traditional medicine. The same kingdom that controls bodies can heal them. The same process that terrifies can also benefit humanity. Scientific research has explored their pharmaceutical potential for decades. From immune support to anti-inflammatory compounds, the contrast is real. Cordyceps reminds us of something deeply uncomfortable about nature. Control does not always come through violence or force. Sometimes it comes through chemistry alone, silent, invisible, and absolute in its execution. Humans are not masters of nature. We are participants observing its complexity. Reality often surpasses fiction in unsettling ways. And this fungus proves it beyond any doubt. So what else is happening that we haven't noticed yet? What other systems are already in motion around us? If you want more true stories like this, subscribe, because the next one is already unfolding somewhere on Earth.